dynasty then, we're talking dynasty now.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes in his 7th season as the starting quarterback in Kansas City compares very favorably to Tom Brady's first 7 seasons as a starter. Similar record. Mahomes has started 4 more games. He has the huge lead, as you see, in a bunch of statistical categories. He has 1 more Super Bowl MVP than Brady and has a chance to add another on this Sunday. So, look, we all understand history has its eyes on the Chiefs in this game. We know they can do what no team has done in the Super Bowl era. But let's talk about the quarterback. We'll be together Monday morning here, whatever it is that happens. If the Chiefs have won again, what are we going to say about Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, we are going to be looking for all types of comparisons. We'll be quarterback comparison, cross-sport comparison. We might go cross-species and do secretariat. We're going to be talking about this man and greatness. And one of the most outstanding things about how great Mahomes has been is every quarterback, every player. When we talk about Jordan, we talk about the growing pains. Patrick Mahomes ain't do that. He showed up in this league and threw for 50 damn touchdowns day one. Yeah. If Dee Ford stays on side, he might have scored. He might have won a Super Bowl in that first year. And he's just been kind of perfect from day one. And so we will be comparing him to Brady because that's what we do already, but I'm not sure that there is a legitimate comparison.
Yeah, it's a slam dunk greatest dynasty in sport. And I like this. What they're doing if they three-peat, they're with free agency, with the draft, with all the process. I mean, listen, I love Lombardi, I love all that, but this is a completely different time period to try to accomplish this. The league has tried to set up parity. If they win 3 in a row, they have done something that is almost unimaginable.
And Graz, you were telling a fascinating story about their preparation this week.
Yeah, so the Chiefs, like they're having a logistical meeting about the week. Like, here's where you need to be and when. And someone said to them, this is similar to what the itinerary was in Miami. That was their first Super Bowl. And then they were talking, and somebody said, well, that sounds more like what we did in Arizona. And then somebody else, don't you mean Vegas? And then the whole world cracks up about how amazing it is they're here every year. But, I mean, like, seriously, like, that matters, right? Like, there's no, that you talk about Mahomes' greatness, that kind of feeds on itself.
Graz feeding the hate out there when he's feeding the hate.
But, hey, it's facts.
But if you're wondering if the weight of this is weighing on them, it sounds like it is not.
No, they're pretty loose.
The Chiefs Kingdom will raise a banner.
You either win or you learn. It's something that I know that'll motivate me.
There is a back-to-back Super Bowl champion.
I promise you next year we'll go over that 3-peat. First time in the history, we doing it.
Saquon has been able to take us to the next level.
Saquon Barkley, you're going to have to deal with the Chiefs.
All we've been through, even this moment right here.
Well, the stars will be out on Sunday, and none bigger, of course, than the quarterback in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes' 7th season as a starter. You look how well he compares to Tom Brady's first 7 seasons. Mahomes, a big lead in yards and touchdowns. He has 1 more Super Bowl MVP and a chance to get another. Meanwhile, earlier this morning, Eli Manning was on Unsportsmanlike on ESPN Radio. He offered this opinion on Sunday's game.
I think all the pressure is on Kansas City, and I think, we kind of saw that when we played New England in 2007 when they were going for the undefeated, season. All the pressure is on them. We were the underdog by the points. We were, it was just, hey, let's just go play our game, and I think that's probably the message to the Eagles. We've been good all season, especially, they got off to a little slow start, but after that, I mean, they've played great football all year long, and let's just go play our game.
It's an interesting way of looking at it. But Dan, you look skeptical. I know you've been around the Chiefs all week.
Because it's easier for the Chiefs to say, oh, let's just go play our game. Because they've had so much experience playing and winning this game, right? So, like, the Eagles can say that, and it's possible they can execute it. The Chiefs are 100% certain they can execute that. Yeah. Treat this like any other week.
But how about the weight of the history? It's not just any other week. It's not even just any other Super Bowl. That's what Eli is saying, that those Patriots were playing for perfection in their own way. The Chiefs are doing the same thing in this game, right? They're trying to do something that has never been done in the Super Bowl era. Does that add an extra layer? Is he right? Is the pressure in this game on Kansas City?
Well, I'm not going to fight with Eli. I don't think so. And it would be different if Philly hadn't been here 2 years ago in a situation where they could have got a Super Bowl done. And they've sat with that for 2 years thinking, I guarantee you that team walked away saying we should have won the Super Bowl. We should have beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So to me, it's about, can Philly be who they believe that they are in this particular game? Because to Graz's point, the Chiefs know they can be. And then here's the other thing. Well, the one constant for the Kansas City Chiefs is, it's really never too big for them. I understand that history is at stake and it's a three-peat and it's never been done before in the Super Bowl era, but ultimately, this team has been an in-the-moment team for the last 5 years we've been watching.
And implicit in the pressure question is like it's going to impact their play. So like I find it hard to believe
For sure.
if I show up anywhere and Patrick Mahomes is next to me, I got a cloak of protection. Like I don't feel pressure. I don't feel that same pressure, and I don't know that. And they know that they're going to be back. They know that they belong here.
But we would have said the same exact things about Tom Brady and Randy Moss and all those guys back then. And I don't know that the pressure on the Patriots wound up influencing that game or not. I guess we'll never know that one way or the other. But I know they only scored 14 points, and they had the best offense in the history of the sport till that point. So maybe there is something to it.
Yeah, no, I think when you think about Kansas City's been doubted for the last 2 years. We doubted them last December when they had to go on the road. Oh, by the way, they won in the road, and they win it again. This year, they don't score enough points. I'm old enough to remember, they don't win the right way. They don't do that. They've heard the doubters all the time. Like, they understand what's at stake. They understand how to perform in these moments. And again, they find their kind of identification, find ways to win. That's what Kansas City does better than anybody else.
A thing people don't appreciate about like what it means to go to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs get 6 more weeks of practice every single year than anybody else.
Yeah.
Like they are practicing football more than like think about that, right? Like the teams that aren't in the Super Bowl haven't practiced in over a month.
Yeah.
Chiefs are so they're an extra season or two advanced over where they would normally be. And look, they go over this stuff. They have a meeting. The quarterbacks and the offensive coaching staff and Andy Reid have a meeting every Saturday night where they go over the situational stuff.
Yeah.
4th down, 2 minute, 4 minute. Like that's their last cram session before it. And then when it's over, if they won the previous week, they show themselves a 2-minute highlight video of last week's game, and they all have celebrating, and then they go on their merry way, go to bed or whatever they do. That's it. They're going to do that on Saturday.
Yeah.
Like that's what their Saturday's going to be.
I mean, I think the important part about that practice point and that experience point is about adjustments.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we say these things, experience, we don't understand what he means. It feels like amorphous, but I think it means like they're used to being attacked in a bunch of different ways.
That's right.
They're used to adjusting in games. And so rather than coming to the sideline and breaking out a whiteboard and saying, we got to do this,
they
and
just
this.
have it.
They say, you know what? We do what we did last year in the championship game because that's what they try.
Hey, even better. How about the last time we played this team in the Super Bowl?
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes goes 13 of 14 in the second half for 4 touchdowns. They kick a field goal to win it.
They scored on every drive in the second half.
Exactly. So they played this. They've done this. They did this 2 years ago. So they understand every which way this thing can play out. Start fast, start slow, whatever it looks like. They find ways to win.
We also just a year removed from all of us believing that the Baltimore Ravens were a better football team
Don't
than
get
the AFC
crazy.
champions.
Don't get crazy. Don't say, you and the mouse in your pocket. Say it.
Well, you stay solo. Because I know a lot of people that I talk to thought that the Baltimore Ravens were going to be the Super Bowl representatives. The thing that they've been able to do, Kansas City, is play every single game on their terms.
That's right.
They love the fact that if you leave it close, there's a belief that permeates.
They gonna finish.
The front off, the people that didn't travel with the team are back at the facility saying, we're going to win. Because this is familiarity. That's why I think when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles being here 2 years ago, not the same staff, a lot of things are different. But ultimately, when you look at the nucleus with Jalen Hurts, you think about the guys that's been here in this game, they understand that if you don't beat Kansas City and you leave anything up for chance,
That's right.
you're probably going to walk home with an L.
Yep.
So I like the fact that Philly comes in understanding that, but the other part is this too. Like, we've seen Kansas City vulnerable this year. The only issue with that is other teams think that they're vulnerable because of what the film says, and you get on the field and it's a completely different situation.
And Jeff, I know you're looking at me. I don't care what you say. With that point differential, this team's not going anywhere. I don't care what you say.
Exactly.
The Chiefs aren't winning anything this year
That's
with
right.
that point differential. All right.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.